All right, we're in. Um, this is Twilight 2000. I'm in with Dan, who is playing the Sweet Duke. All right, an Italian NATO sniper trainer, and you can tell by his camo probably who that is. He also runs No Enemies Here. Um, and then we've got Ron, who's running our Air Force Techspert. He's a an electrician, and Dratus is his name, right?
That's correct.
All right. And just to recap what happened in episode 1. So you guys had set up camp. You've got a little bit of a camouflage netting. You had a NPC player called the Kid, a little Polish kid that I'm controlling. He was hanging out with you guys, kind of in a freakish way. He's using his AKM bayonet to shave his head bald. He's keeping it bald. Yeah, Dan, or the sniper's a little bit confused by this Polish kid's actions. By the way, he was saying as he's shaving his scalp there, he kept saying "robactwo." Just he's muttering Polish to himself. Yeah, it was a little odd. Dan didn't like it at all.
I don't like it.
Yeah, the Sweet Duke was like, "What's up?" About this time, you guys notice a UH-1 Huey. Seems like it's struggling. You can see it kind of coming through your area, and it goes below the tree line. And you both recognize, hey, that chopper went down. The Kid is up, and he is yelling, Scarb, and he's gone. He's out of there. You guys decided to trek that way. It was about a kilometer or a click away. Night had fallen. You guys reach a area of a clearing. You can see the Huey due to the moonlight. You can see it's crash landed. It's on its right-hand side, and you can hear some noise coming from it. Dan, with his ghillie suit on, recons up and gets close and finds out the noise is the Kid, the Polish kid's in there breaking off 7.62 belted ammo, kind of rolling it into kind of like, imagine a big old roll of duct tape is how he's rolling these around, throwing them in burlap bags, and then he's running off into the woods. He's doing his own thing. Ron comes on up. You guys realize that the co-pilot, or at least the co-pilot seat, there's a captain who's seriously injured, compound fracture to his right femur. Everybody else on the crew is dead. And Ron treats the captain, splints him, moves him back to a position of cover. And then you guys, I think, get him all the way back to camp even. But you also go back and you basically loot some gear from the chopper. Ron ends up with a 240B, which is a light full auto 7.62 machine gun, right in his skills. And so I think 500 rounds of ammo you lifted. And Dan, I think, or Pancaldi, Sweet Duke, you grabbed a rucksack. And I think, looking at my notes, there was a larger medical kit. And I think that was it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the kid had been running multiple runs. I mean, he's just doing his own thing. You're not even, And then you guys get back to camp. The kid's not there. You decide, hey, we need to get some shut-eye. We're not going to run a watch.
We set up a perimeter.
Yeah, Dratus actually noticing that the kid was short. He didn't want to blow him up coming in, so he set the grenades at a 4'6" height. Kid could come under it. That's your early warning system. And we're going to do a because you have nobody on watch, which makes total. Oh, Dratus did one other cool thing. The captain kind of passed out, fell asleep with a Beretta M9 on his chest. And before Dratus went down for sleep, he grabbed onto that, just making sure this guy doesn't wake up in the middle of the night and go nuts or plug one of you guys or whatever.
That's good thinking there, Dreidel.
Yeah. Dreidel. All right. So on this, first of all, we pulled a card. It does not have any encounters for being in camp. So you guys are good to go.
Good to go, man.
All right.
Now, are we waking up now?
Yep. You've spent a shift of sleep. So everybody's got their sleep. Don't forget, you've got to get in some water and some food. It doesn't mean you have to do it now, but you definitely got to make sure you're taking some stuff off of your rations if you decide you're going to eat. So you guys were starting to have a little bit of discussion. I had you put it on hold as we went. Let me do one other thing and bring in the map for those watching. I've showed you guys. So you can see Kalish is the city that's right up above in the upper left-hand corner of that map. And right where the point of the pencil is the hex you're in. They can see a wooded area. It almost has like it's a big clump that runs left to right. Yeah. And you guys are in that. So you guys are in a good spot. You can see there's a lot of open territory. You're south of Kalish, but you can also see there's rivers that border you both left and right. And there's some pretty major roads that you're going to have to cross as you move as well. So that just puts you in place and time. Also, for those watching real quick, just a note, I do know that Foundry is an online role-playing system that I could share and show the maps and do dice rolling in. It's a whole nother thing I'm learning. I did get an account. I've got to learn how to make it work. So right now, we're not going to be using the battle maps. It'll be more theater of the mind, but I do plan on getting Foundry in and see if Dan and Ron like it. All right. So daylight or dusk is arriving. It was a quiet night. Everybody got their sleep in. The kids still, matter of fact, I think as you wake up, the kid's just sitting in camp, kind of staring at the Sweet Duke, and he's holding an HE. He's holding one of the hand grenades. He's got it. The pin. I don't even know if the pin's in it. He's holding it. But as you guys wake up, the kid's just kind of staring at the Sweet Duke as he sleeps.
The hell you staring at?
I would imagine you said that in Italian even.
Yeah. Cazzo di Polacchia. You know what I'm saying? Ron. I mean, Dratus. What do we do with the co-pilot or the pilot, whatever his name is?
Well, I'll tell you, here's an idea. We can't take him with us. We've done all we can. We've done all we can for him. Let's you and I hold a conversation within his earshot that we're going to head north without him. But actually, we're going to head south. And if in case he gets captured and interrogated, he'll give false information.
That's good. I like that.
All right. All right. Hey, the kid reaches out to Dratus. He's trying to hand this hand grenade back to you, Dratus.
I reach out and carefully accept it.
Yeah, is the pin on, man?
I don't know.
All right, take a look.
Check it.
I grabbed
it. You see it's pinned. Everything's proper, and the kid's proud that he's handing you back one of the HEs. Now, you still got 3 out there, but obviously he noticed it coming in. He's got a pretty good recon skill himself. He seems thrilled to be with you. And as you're sitting there, he once he gets that grenade back to you, he starts pulling out some twigs, and it looks like he's getting ready to start a very small fire. And he's working on that. Meanwhile, you can see the captain's kind of groaning. He's starting to move around. Looks like he's waking up.
Dratus, me, I say, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, before we'll leave him one jar of water or something.
Yeah, because that dumb kid's building a fire, so there's going to be smoke, and let's pick up the grenades and let's vamoose.
Yeah, we have our conversation about headed north, but we're really headed south.
That's right.
Yeah,
perfect. A small fire, not too much smoke. I mean, it's really small. It looks like the kid's heating up some water.
We'll break camp.
All right, you start breaking camp. The captain asks, he's kind of alert, looks a little bit pale still, but he wants to know where his, he's a little irritated, wants to know where his handgun is.
What do you want to do, Ronnie? We give him back his handgun?
Let's give it back to him unloaded.
All right. So I can see Dratus kind of drops the mag, runs the slide back, catches around, hands him his empty gun. I imagine you kind of set the mag and the round down a little bit out of reach.
He can have it after we're gone.
Yeah, okay. Because I was gonna say I thought you wanted to take the mag with you. I say leave one bullet because if a wolf comes, he can shoot himself in the head.
So the captain has heard your conversation, and he tells you, he says, "Hey, I was I'm on a mission, is what we were doing. It was part of this Operation Reset, which you've kind of heard a little bit about, but he says, hey, if you guys can get me back, you know, I can get you guys folded right back into what's left of the U.S. NATO forces that are sitting just west of Kalish. But he says, hey, you know, I mean, I'm not mobile, but if you guys can get me repatriated with my folks, they'll chopper you right back out to basically U.S. territory or what's left of it. He's talking about a fairly large U.S. force, large enough that he's choppering around, even though it looks like he got a hold of some bad fuel.
Dratus, didn't we call his bloody? Didn't we get in contact with his bloody base and no one came? Now all of a sudden, now what's going on?
We should leave this guy alone. He's making promises he can't keep.
He's making promises he can't keep. Listen, buddy, thank you, but no thank you. Okay, Manangela Madan.
All right. He says, hey, at least drag me over to this Ville. As they were coming in over the area, when they started to have trouble, they could see there looked to be like a small village or hamlet that was south and slightly west of your tree line, or at least where he went down. He's not even 100% sure where you guys are, but he knows he's not far. He basically, who's that? Who's that?
Not me.
I don't know. That must have been, that was an alarm we heard, man. Must have been, I don't know, some tree huggers or something.
So he basically says, hey, I won't last out here just with my M9, I'm not mobile. I got a broken right leg. At least get me to the village. I understand you not wanting to hang on, but, you know, if you can at least get me to the Ville. What
do you want to do, Dratus?
How far is the village?
When they were going down, he said it looked like it was within a couple kilometers. They got sight of it, and they were hoping to even get down close to it, but then they just had to grab the first open ground they can and auto rotate it in. They were hoping they were worried about hitting all the trees. So, but he's saying it's probably within a couple clicks, a couple kilometers south and west of at least where the chopper went down, but he admits he's not 100% sure. He was kind of in and out of it when you guys got him off to your camp, but you know, you're only about a click from where the chopper went down.
So are we heading to Kalina?
Kalish is north.
Kalina. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
South.
You can go wherever you guys want to go.
Yeah, but we got to drag this dead weight around now.
Well, it's an option. You don't have to. You definitely.
What do you say, Dreidel? What do you say?
I don't know. You decide.
You want me to decide?
Yeah, I want you to decide.
Yeah,
you're the guy with the brains.
Want to flip a coin?
Nah, what the hell? I'll decide. Screw him. That's what I decide.
Leave him there, yeah.
Fanculo. That's what I tell him. Okay.
All right. Well, he says at least he wants you to at least leave him his ruck. Apparently, the ruck you took out of the chopper was his.
What's in the ruck?
We didn't look.
No,
let's look.
All right.
We're looking in the ruck.
All right. You got some cold weather gear that's in there. So both pants and a jacket.
Yeah.
You've got some extra mags of Beretta,
right?
9mm mags. There's 3 MREs inside. He's got a compass in there. And then he's got what looks like a sleeping bag and maybe the foam little sleeping deal. I forget what they call it, but that's what you rolled out.
We give it to him or what?
Well, he's not going to need the compass. Let's take that.
Okay. I was just thinking the same thing. Okay. Dixie, let's give it to him.
All right. So you guys basically peeled off the compass.
Yeah. We left him with everything. Here you go there, friendo. Ficatelangul.
All right. He's irritated, and he lets you guys know that he will be picked up. He's basically VIP. He's got connections, and
we saved his life.
You guys are leaving him to the wolves. He'll remember. He'll remember the lack of assistance if he runs into you in the
He's going to remember lack of assistance, eh? Yeah.
We saved his life.
Still alive.
What about gratitude?
You know what? Yeah. What kind of gratitude is that?
Well, that's what he's saying. He's basically saying, hey, he can get you guys chopper to the land of the big PX, basically, but
Yeah,
you're
why don't you
dead.
shut up or I'll pull a bullet in your head.
All right. He
Yeah,
zips
we're
it.
going on our own way. All right, we don't need yous or the U.S. Army. I
So
got Dratus here.
The kid has a canteen cup that he's been heating over, and he's trying to hand it to you, Dan. He keeps saying, Voda, Voda.
Water?
Is it vodka? If it's vodka, I'll take it.
Voda, Voda. It looks like he's boiled some water for you, is what it looks like he's done, and he's
Coffee.
handing you, yeah, Voda. He keeps saying
Dratus,
Voda.
this is your call, man.
Let's accept the gift from the kid and
Okay.
yeah.
The kid's been with you guys for a bit, so I mean, you're going to learn some Polish. I'm sure I'm doing a terrible job. But
Yeah.
Voda.
I'm just letting this kid live because I want to get to meet his grandmother. I want to eat some grub.
All right. Do you guys want to haul now, or are you going to eat a little something? You want to just, I mean, you got MREs. There's a little bit of coffee you could put in there.
Let's get the hay out of here.
Let's get out of here. Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
All right. So you guys shoulder up your gear, and you're moving out at in the morning. Imagine Dan, your sweet Duke sipping on some water. That's good. It was boiled. You don't know where it came from, but you got some water that was boiled.
We don't know where it came from. That's great. You're just telling that now. Isn't there a creek or a river not far away from here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to ask the kid, but he boiled it, so you're
the
good.
The kid speaks Polakia.
you can work your way through.
Boiled water should be safe to drink, but there's a river nearby.
You trust this kid there, Dratus?
About as far as I can throw him.
There you go. He's a small kid. That's a pretty good toss.
I mean, the kid's tough. He shaves his head with a bayonet.
So you guys got at least Dan's got a hydration in, which is nice. So you guys, which way? You said you were moving out to the north, right?
No, that's the false information we gave to the captain.
Sure,
okay,
but I mean, he can see you. He can see you currently. So how are you moving out?
Well, are we on a hill? Are we on a hill?
You're in a wooded area.
So you can't see us for long, right? Because
Yep,
right. So let's walk a little bit, Dratus, and then we vamos to where you wanted to go. You wanted to lounge the river. Is that right?
Well, so going south along the river, that's the direction towards Italy. So
there you go, man.
All right. So the rivers aren't in sight. It looks like the river's probably going to be. You've got a river. What I would estimate, I'd have to look at a map, but it looks like it's 30 to 40 kilometers, both east or west of you. So as you work south, those rivers on the map, which you've got this is a combat map that you guys got. You got your compass. Mm-hmm. Sooner or later, you're going to need to cross this river. You do have a couple major highways in between you. You guys are on foot. You're not in a vehicle. So if you march for a shift, you will be able to move to the next area south of you, which is actually like an open plains area. So, but I mean, this is fine. Let me get the map.
Do we want to stick into the woods? Stick to the woods?
Well, I don't know. I kind of feel safer sticking into the woods, man. What do you say?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. So if you're going to move, here's the good thing. If you go directly south, you will cross some open plains. There's another little wooded area. And then the next full hex is got another nice stretch of woods that actually butts right up to a river. It looks
I see that.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent spot if you work directly south. Obviously, you're going to have to move through some areas of clear, but a full shift's march south can get you there. Now, you can move in an alert mode, which is a little slower, but you're on foot anyway. And if you're in a overwatch or kind of alert mode, you can march and be more than aware. If you run across something, you've got a chance, obviously, of using your recon skill, which Sweet Duke, you're great at. You might spot trouble before it spots you.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to run around naked, for God's sakes. Dreidel, what do you think?
Well, if we're going through that open plain, we need to be extra alert.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to take your idea here. Let's be extra alert.
Got it. All right, you're on alert. So, Dan, when it comes, as you move in, or Sweet Duke, as you move into that next area, you're going to do a recon check. So let me see first. We do another random draw. So you're into a whole nother shift. You've made it into this other hex. So we're going to do a random draw. You are not on a road. You're still off-road. And the good thing is here that this encounter would have only happened had you been on a road. So I told Ron, and I maybe mentioned it to you, obviously moving off-road, there's less chance of encounter than on-road. Moving at night has its own hazards, but you're a little less likely to run into larger groups at night than in the day. You are moving at day, which is totally fine. So no encounter. You found yourself, you've covered some good territory. You're in a hex exactly south of you. You're in the wood line. You can stop and eat. You can push on until you find the river. If that's what you're looking for, you guys let me know what you want to do.
Dratus, I say we push on.
Push on.
Push on.
All right. All right. You're pushing through. You're using the compass, and you're able to come up on the wood line, which actually drops right down to the bank of a river. But this river is running pretty fast, and it's at least 200 feet across. So you've got a pretty swift moving river at this point that is also quite far banks across. At this point, at least where you're at now, you might be able to swim it, but you're not going to be able to wade through it.
But I'm not. Dre, I ain't swimming.
We'll follow the river. We're not going to cross.
Ain't swimming.
No swimming.
Just giving you an option. I don't know. Sweet Duke looks like you might need to take a bath.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. I think we follow the river going. What south is it?
Yep. Yeah. So let me bring this up here and let me go full screen with my deal here real quick.
There's woods along the way.
So we're getting closer to Kalisz. Is that right?
No, nope. Farther.
Yep. You're working further away from Kalisz.
Are we supposed to go to Kalisz?
Well, you don't have to. The guy, the captain wanted you to go to Kalisz.
Oh, yeah, forget it. The guy might, he might turn and start shooting at us.
Yeah, just a reminder, your dream was basically to get back to your hometown in Italy. So anything south.
That's
good. Let's go to Praska. Let's get close to Praska.
Yeah, anything south takes you closer and closer to Italy, although that would be quite a hike. I'm trying to see if I can bring in. Well, I think it's pretty much good screen. There we go. Let me get my full screen up here. Yeah. So do you guys see my little pointer on here as well, or just the picture?
I see the pointer.
What pointer? Are you talking about the pencil?
No, well, I've got my pencil, but I've got my arrow, but I don't think it shows. My little on-screen arrow, I don't think is visible. But you can see the pencil is pointing where you were. Yeah. You were in the woods to the north. You've now gone directly south to the hex south of it, and you're in that wood line, and you're up near this like elbow, the bend in the river.
You're able to look at. So we're still in forest.
All right. Now, if you're looking, you're still in forest, and you can even work the forest line away from the river if you want. But you can see you're going to come down to, you're getting close to a major highway or a major road.
Yeah.
And then you've got a couple cities. You've got this, I don't know how to say this city with the Z off to your right.
Zlosvik.
Yep. And then you've got the Vilun or whatever.
Can't they talk normal, these people?
Yes. You're in their land. But so you've got a couple cities. Those are options for you. You've got another shift. So you could camp here. You could march one more shift, but then you're going to be moving into dusk. All right. You've just moved into the afternoon. And so you guys got to let me know. We're looking at this map. We've got it up. You could, by the way, you got the ability to fish.
By the way, Dreidel, I can't see Dreidel.
I'm nothing to look at.
I'll bring it back down. Let me get out of full screen.
I got the map in my head. I'm trained. What's the matter with you?
I was making sure the fans could see it. Hold on. Let me get off. This is an overlay I put in. Sorry. I'll continue to work on it. All right. So you guys are at a decision point. You're in a nice wooded area. You've traveled 10 kilometers. You've used up one of the shifts. You've had no encounters. You've found the river. So you're at that bend in the river. What do you guys want to do?
Well,
Ron,
Mark,
yes, we continue. And you know what? Let me take point because I'm all camouflaged, and I'll signal you on over when everything is safe. And you just, we'll do 100 yards, 100 yards, 100 yards. What do you say?
that sounds perfect. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
All right. So you're still doing your recon. You're coming up on a road.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
We're laying low, huh?
Yep. Well, you can see the road, but you're not on it, so you've got a little cover.
All right.
And
I'm prone.
You're prone. You're good. We're gonna have an encounter here. Let me see what we've got. Interesting. Okay. There's a lot of information on here.
That didn't sound good.
Don't
No,
worry about
let's
it,
see.
Grado.
You're in daytime, so hold on. 4, 5. So what you can see is you've got some civilians. It's a little area of a village off to the side. There are, let's see, 3d6, 10. You can see there's like 11 little homes that are making up kind of a impromptu little village area. And you can see you guys doing your recon, especially with your guy with the with Sweet Duke's ghillie suit on. You can see this little village in the area. You can see there's at least about 10 people or guards that are out present.
There's guards.
Well, it's either people or guards. It says that this little village is surrounded by some barbed wire. It does look like it's defended by locals, civilians. It does not look like military personnel. So, I mean, they're out and about, but it does look like there's one individual that's probably leading this group, and it does look like they are defending the area. Depending on what you want to do, you have not been spotted. You've seen this area here. It's up to you on how you want to proceed at this point in time.
Dratus, I mean, what's the goal of going to this village? Should we? Are we going to gain anything?
The question I would think is, do they have anything that we think we would need?
I don't know.
If the answer to that question is no, we should just bypass.
Maybe they got some booze. Maybe they got some weed or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you've been looking for a grandma to make some soup.
Is that worth a grandma?
I don't think so.
Really, eh? Well, you don't want to eat some good pierogies, man.
We may eat some lead.
Let's see you. I will say, Dan, if you use your scope, you might be able to pick up a little bit more detail on these.
Obviously, I'm using my scope. Obviously.
Okay. All right. Well, wasn't fully obvious.
Okay, yeah. I gotta spell it out for you. For God's sake, I'm a sniper.
Okay. All right. You've used your scope here. You can see what appears to be the leader. He's carrying an Uzi of all things. So he's got an Uzi on a strap.
He's Mossad, man.
The other individuals around him look like they're carrying hunting rifles. However, there is one guy that also has an RPG, a rocket propelled grenade launcher, 16 on him, which looks like the RPG-7. So it looks like they're ready to defend themselves even against vehicles if they come through. And they've got a little checkpoint set up on the road so that they can also interdict any kind of highway vehicle traffic that's coming through.
What do you say, Dratus?
Do we need an RPG?
Do we need that means we got to take it from him.
Well, we could trade. Maybe we got something to trade for him.
No, you got the puppy. You got the grenade launcher.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right. So the kid, you guys are sitting in. The kid's still with you.
Okay, let's send in the kid. Send in the kid.
So you kind of mention, you point out the village, and the kid says, Zwei.
What's this kid talking about?
He's shaking his head. He's shaking his head, and he's saying, Zwei.
No, don't go there.
Okay. Dratus, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's go. Don't give away our position. Let's just go.
No. I'm sneaking. Okay, let's go.
All right. Yep. I mean, you guys had your sniper. You used the scope. You watched them for a while. You could tell what they're armed with.
Yeah,
the kid definitely doesn't want to move out toward them. So you guys backtrack back. So if you're going to move now, you're going to have to move a hex. I'll pull it up so you can see it. You would have to move now. So you're at this area just south in a wood line, but you were going to cross the road. You would now have to either walk back towards the west along the river, or you're going to have to go back a hex to the east, or you guys can just move back in and get yourself, a click or so away, and you can make camp again. When you are on foot, you're generally not going to be moving large distances, but you guys you've covered a full 10 kilometers and a little bit plus in the day.
Okay, Dratus, I don't want to move back. What do you say? I crawl like a lizard with all my stuff on the road. How big's the road there, Chief?
If you want to avoid this checkpoint, you would need to move
at night.
You're going to have to move a hex east or west to get around these folks. It looks like they're running some patrols. They've got interdiction out on the highway. You could try creeping across in daylight, but I would imagine you would be running quite a risk at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to look like a tumbleweed. Don't they have tumbleweeds in Palakia?
I don't know if they got them or not. They might decide to collect.
Dratus, what do you want to do, man?
Sounds like we should make camp.
All right, let's make camp.
All right, I like where you're in the woods. You always take that little extra. You take the little extra time to put up that camo lightweight netting that you have, which always gives you a +1 to keep from being randomly encountered. You are camped in the woods, so you're also that helps hide you as well. Interesting. So we're actually we're at an interesting point. So at this point, you guys are you can do a couple things. You can eat your MREs. You want to make sure you get a meal in within a day. Mm-hmm. Dan, you've already got some water in that the kid hooked you up with.
Yeah.
The kid immediately scampers off and disappears again.
I knew it.
Yeah. The interesting thing about the kid was he literally hit the jackpot when that chopper went down. Now he's not carrying everything he stripped off of that chopper.
What'd you do with it?
Yeah, what'd he do with it, huh?
I know. I figured maybe you guys would even ask some of these questions.
He's got a cache somewhere.
So that's north of us now.
It is. This kid does his own thing, man. So, by the way, the new word was Zwei.
Yeah, I mean, it must be dangerous because he was saying no.
Man.
Yeah. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to walk into the village.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys have made camp.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are probably gonna get in a mealtime, get in some hydration.
You're damn right, Will.
All right. On your sheets, make sure you get rid of both of you have MREs marked in there. I'm going to get rid of one on each of your sheets for you.
Okay.
All right. And same with the water. So you're going to get Dan, you don't need to take a water off because the kid hooked you up earlier.
Yeah.
But Ron, we're going to get rid of a water for you.
Kid doesn't like me.
I don't know why he didn't give you any water. Snot-nosed kid.
He's an interesting cat, that's for sure. Now, I'm assuming with your water, you guys got canteens. You're at the ready.
And there's a river next to us. We don't we have pills that takes care of the bacteria in the water?
You got to boil your water.
Yeah, you can boil it depending on where you're at. You might find the little I can't remember what they call them,
iodine pills.
Yeah, they're the iodine pills. They don't taste real good, but they will make your water safe. But you can boil water just like the kid did.
Yeah.
So what we've got in play is the kid has disappeared off. You guys are taking a break. You're still in a wooded area. You've created kind of your blind again. And
what time is it?
You've moved into the evening shift, so it's not night yet. Now,
okay.
Dusk.
I'll point out if one of you wants to maintain a watch, you're obviously in an area that's got at least a village close by. You can do whatever you want. You could sleep, put out your grenades like you did last time. One person could sleep now, and the other person could sleep later. That way you're maintaining a watch. And it's all whatever you want to do. You can sleep with your grenades out like you did last time. You can go without sleep, and you can go on a march in the middle of the night, try to cross the road at night. You can do literally whatever you guys.
Dratus, what do you want to do? Do you want to crash together type thing, and at least we wake up together all freaked out or fresh, or what? What do we do? Do we put out a perimeter?
Let's do the same thing you did last night.
We're doing the same thing, Chief.
Okay. All right. So Dratus goes out, puts up his HE grenades. Obviously, you figured out the kid does pretty good. He must know this is probably something you guys tend to do.
All right.
I will admit, I mean, it makes some good sense. If you were in a bigger group, you might be able to have a rotating watch where somebody's, staying up. But you guys are putting out grenades, and if somebody trips them, they trip them.
Yeah.
So,
Unless at least we'll wake up and be alert.
Sure. So now it's still evening watch. Are you guys wanting to sleep? You have the full night coming. Are you wanting to sleep now, or you still got room? You've eaten something. You've kind of rested a little bit, but you can rest for the whole shift, or you could go ahead and sleep and then be up at midnight. I mean, what are you wanting to do?
What do you want to do, Dreidel?
Are you feeling tired?
I'm kind of tired.
So am I. Let's just sleep.
We're
All right.
crashing.
We'll sleep it in. We'll see. All right. Random encounter. I went ahead and drew for it. I should have really rolled to see if you guys even hit that, but no. Nobody's come across your area. So
There
you're
you
in a
go.
nice area. You're actually doing a good job. Camping in the woods, obviously, is a better spot. You've got the extra cover that's up. So now it's about midnight. And you're up, and you see the kid drift in. So the kid drifts in. Ronnie comes over to you, and he's trying to hand you like a pretty good package, little folded up towel that looks like it's got something in it, and he's saying tutai.
Well, whatever it is, it's too tight. Dreidel, be careful.
I accept it from him.
You accept it from him. Okay, it's on you, man.
The gift. He wants me to wash my hands.
It's kind of an oiled up rag, but as you unfold it, he's grinning, and you can see that it's a 40 millimeter grenade for your thumper, and it's one of the double op buck rounds. So it's a close quarters round that you can go ahead and add to your equipment. I'm going to add it now. So you had a couple flechettes. You had two Willie Pete's. You had a smoke. You had some regular HEs. You now are going to have takes a quarter slot, a GL that is, you can just put buck. So what it is like a giant buckshot.
Good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him an MRE in return.
All right, good. So go ahead and erase off one of your MREs.
How come he did that, Dratus?
Bill Goodwill, he's going to bring us more stuff, maybe.
I don't know. I don't trust the kid.
He may give it. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, that's your MRE, man. You know what? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. If you're missing one, I'll give you one.
Oh, you're so nice.
You're damn right I am.
They're doing pretty good. So the kid sits down, kind of chows down on the MRE, and what he is he's pointing over to the east. See if I can get this down here. And he's saying mi hasto, and he's pointing to the east, saying mi hasto, and then he's pointing at the grenade that he's just giving you for your launcher. Mi hasto.
Is
Sounds
he
like
saying he's got more or something?
Sounds like he wants us to attack something.
So, but
with the weapon he just gave us.
So he's just kind of giving you like thumbs up, and then holds up 5. Mi hasto.
All right, he's got more, man. Look, Dratus, no guts, no glory. Come on.
I'm with you. Let's go.
All right. So, if you decide you're going to trek east, we can pull this up again, and then we can pause before you guys get to this. But you can see we'll be moving to the east where there's another roadside area over there. You are moving in at night. So let's go ahead and see if there's an encounter.
Have we slept yet?
You did. You guys slept
midnight. It's midnight.
Yeah, you guys basically got up like middle of the night, and the kid comes slinking in, and you hand him off an MRE after he gives you HE.
Doesn't the kid have school tomorrow morning? What's he doing up?
It's a school night.
No encounters, but are you guys moving? I'm going to assume, unless you tell me otherwise, you're moving on the alert.
Well, of course we're moving on the alert.
Thank you.
I didn't look stupid to you.
Sure. Yeah, I didn't want to get mocked here. I'm just saying I'm going to make the assumption. All right, as you move, the kid's kind of leading the way a little bit. So, and you notice he moves. He's quiet. He's kind of sliding in. He follows the contours.
Yeah, we're following him, man.
Yep, he's cautious too. You get to a road area. You're actually you're on the move for about 3 kilometers, and there's a couple little hovel houses. This is nothing like the other camp you saw, but it's a couple little homes that are sitting there. You can see there's a little smoke coming out, and he points again and says, well, actually, sorry, you see about 4 or 5 of these little homes, and he says, mi hasto. And
sounds
he says,
sounds like he's saying it's his house.
Yeah, let's kind of wave him to go that way.
Yeah. Boosh.
Okay. All right. So you guys are in a position to cover.
I've got my sights on him.
All right. He creeps out and kind of moves. You lose sight of him after a while, but then you pick him up again as he's coming into like an area by the house, and he's far enough away you can't really hear anything, but you see a guy step out of the shadows. Looks like he's armed with either a shotgun or a rifle. You're far enough away you can't quite tell. He reaches into his little sack that he's always carrying around with him, and he pulls out what looks to be a little 50 rounds not bandoliered, but clipped ammo. I'm forgetting what, belted. He's got belted ammo, which is clearly some of the ammo he stripped off of the helicopter, and he hands it to this guy, who then waves him on through, lights up a cigarette, and the kid goes into the one of the homes that's in this little, like, it's not quite a town. It's more like a little gathering of homes in the area.
Dratus, what do we do? Do we do the same thing? Do we pay that guy off? Do we walk there, pay that guy off with a couple of bullets?
Well, he's obviously selling something. They're using bullets as cash. So what do we have to get in return that we need that they might have?
I don't know. Maybe what do we have to get in return? What do we need?
The thing is, we're pretty much full on portage.
Well,
Well,
Weight
what did he
cut.
tell you? What did he tell you when he was mentioning things anyway? Do you remember?
Yeah, I fasto.
Me hasto.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then did he make any kind of number gestures or anything?
Like 4.
Yeah, or maybe even, sorry if I was
Uh,
off, maybe even 5. And then what was he pointing at?
towards the village. So maybe
Andy was referencing that HE grenade or that buckshot grenade that he gave you.
like he says, I can get you 4 more of these and 5 more of these.
What do you say?
I don't think we need them. We've got no more portage for carrying ammo, or we're getting pretty full.
You're full. You could carry. Ron,
not-
you would be able. Those would take up a quarter spot. If you had 5 more of those, you could carry them. But he's not with you, so you've got a choice to make here. It took him about 15 minutes to work his way down there. So you've got sit tight, follow him in, wait for him to come back, flat out leave. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do.
You know, Cletus, if you want to go in because you're cuter than I am, and I'm all decked out in this, I look like a lawn. I'll cover you. And that guy makes a move. His head's like pumpkins.
I say we just flat out leave. There's
Wow,
nothing here. Nothing here we really need.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys we got two things here. The sniper's basically kind of urging you out, and you're saying, heck with that. Let's get out. Let's beat
I'm gonna listen to him. His intelligence.
I'm cautious.
Well, sometimes you're a little bit too cautious there, eh? Choir boy.
Yeah, the Sweet Duke's just looking to make pumpkins out of stuff.
Come on. Let's get this party started, man.
The fewer people know we're out here, the better.
All right. I'm listening to him.
All right. So you guys are going to decide to just kind of pull back a little bit?
We're pulling back.
All right. So are you pulling back or headed back to the camp that you already made? It's about 2 kilometers back.
I said go back to the camp.
Go back. Yeah, go back.
All
Back
right.
to the camp.
All right. You're about 1 kilometer click back, and you hear some rustling coming up from behind you.
I knew it, Raiders.
He followed us.
I knew it.
So what do? You hear some rustling.
We stop and look.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my my handgun, man.
All right. The kid kind of pops around and he's grinning at you. You can see his teeth. His teeth are dirty, but you can see him. And he comes up and says, "Tutai, tutai."
Ah, yay!
And he's got his hands out, and his little hands can barely hold these 5 40-millimeter grenades. He's basically barely holding on to these things, and he's saying tutai, tutai, and he's sitting here.
Okay, so too tight is grenades, man.
Or tutai,
Nice.
tutai.
Or maybe for sale.
Well, he's just trying to hand them to you. He's just handing them to you.
Just Dratus, grab him, man.
I'll take what he gives me.
Dratus.
I'll take him.
All right. You pocket them up. These are all buckshot. So these are the double-out bucks. So,
man, why do we deserve all this gold?
I gave him an MRA.
So GL add in. You're going to have 6 of these total. So you did give him an MRE, and he kind of takes off past you, and he's basically looks like he's flight of foot headed back towards camp. So you guys continue back towards camp.
Yep.
All right. We've already done a check, but let's do one more random encounter just to see what happens. All right. Well, you're not on a road, so staying off road, there would have been an encounter, but you're basically not on a road. So
we're not stupid.
We're good.
Nope, you're not stupid. You don't walk along a road, man. Cormac McCarthy's guy, The Road, that guy's walking with his kid along a road, and I'm reading that book saying, get off the road.
Get off the road.
Get off the road. You guys get back to camp. The kid's sitting in there. He's already got a fire going. He's already warming up some water, and he's drinking his water, and then he's basically sacks out. You guys have got about 3 hours before dawn. Looks like the kid's catching a little shut eye. We're going to wrap this one up here, assuming you guys are you don't want to do anything else in the next 3 hours of the shift.
No.
We're done.
All right, let me put the show on pause, and then we're going to give you guys out a little bit of experience for a few things that you've done on the recon side. Let me end the broadcast. For those watching, you can see the other past episodes. We're going to continue this on. We'll see how it rolls.